Hope everyone's having a good day. I just spent the last, like, I don't know how long in traffic because I did a dumb and went the wrong way. So, you know how it goes. Of course, I live in Houston, so I should be real used to traffic. I should be so used to traffic. Does anyone else live in highly big traffic area? Like, I've lived in LA, so I've been in that traffic. I've been in Chicago.
So in Maryland, they have these signs that say, "Welcome to Maryland. Please drive gently." And no one in Maryland knows what that means, including the city workers who drive on the roads, because it's like Thunderdome.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy. Thunderdome is, yeah. I mean, it's like different kinds of feeling. Like in Houston, people drive crazy, but they'll also let you in. In LA, people drive crazy, but won't let you in. It's the two choices. That's what I say. I see Mike is on tonight. Yes, Bill. I see Bates is here. I see Kenneth.
In Baltimore, people drive crazy, and they're like, "Not enough room for you? Use the sidewalk."
Use it. Okay. Luckily, non-heavy traffic there for Asbill. Good. I mean, I like driving, and I don't mind driving in traffic. I was just worried about getting here in enough time to get all the stuff pulled for the show, because I knew what I was pulling. It was just whether I was going to have the boxes to pull it up here and do all that kind of stuff. So as promised, I've got really fun, not my normal kind of books tonight. So it's not graphic novels. It's more like, ooh, here's a book about a movie, or here is an old book about geometry. So these are probably things you don't have in your collection, which is awesome. And then if we just don't have any, like, I don't know if I'm finding anything up for me, I do have the back half of the Spider-Man collection that I showed the other day. But as I didn't even talk about it before, I'm unlikely to go there unless people are just like, must have it. All right. So do we have another push? I can't remember if we do another push in this show. Everybody,
every show.
I know. I just had that moment.
Stop doing that thing where we don't do this anymore.
I did so good today. I had all these appointments, and I actually made all of them and didn't forget any of them. And I got all my stuff done. I took my mom to lunch. My son came with me. I went to the resale shop. I went and paid for my antique booth. I went and had my eyes checked. So much.
Well, you know, Jay sometimes doesn't do them like he's supposed to, and sometimes he doesn't do them like he's supposed to. And so we had conversation today about, hey, from now on, every time.
Well, I think he does every time for me. I just forgot for half a second what I was doing. I like watch people get in an accident today. Oh no, like bang. Okay. Here's the crazy stuff. You see something on the board you want to talk about, please let me know. Happy to go to that. Everything is 25% off. Not the Spider-Man, because that wasn't designed to be part of the show. Those are available, though. And all this stuff is 25% off. All really cool stuff that came from collections, or I bought new for the store, those kinds of things. This makes a really great gift, actually. This is Sonic the Hedgehog Encyclopedia. Get it? Speedia. It has 30 years of Sonic the Hedgehog stuff. Exhaustive detail of each game and the ever-expanding universe. In-depth look at the characters, settings, stories. Explore the evolution of the one-of-a-kind game phenomena. Dark Horse Books and Sega present this awesome all-encompassing, great book at $50. It is a big, thick coffee table book. Sure to make somebody happy if it's under the tree. There's some fun stuff in here. Fun fact, some of these things that I'm going to show you were actually owned by Nate Butler, who is an artist for Jim Henson, Archie, Marvel, DC. These were his personal things, some of these. If I know which ones, I'll tell you. I'll say this is a Nate copy, so those are his file copies. When I went to his house to when he retired, he gave me everything. So he had this big, gigantic wall of end-to-end little bookshelves. And I just could not believe how many cool books he had, like the how-to books, his reference books, his copies of his own works. It's really cool. This one is a Rage strategy guide. So if you play that game, this one is With Fang and Claw, old school book from White Wolf. This one is just $8. It's got some illustration. Tells you all about the in and outs of the game. All right, this one's really cool. 100 Things X-Men fans should know and do before they die. Ooh, I'll give you an example of this one. This one's 17. It's got a cool back with some comic book stuff on it. Let's see if it says. Ooh, I like this list. Let's read it. It says top 5 worst things Cyclops has done. It's like this list was made for me. I just thumbed to it. He killed Professor X. It says this one's tricky since he was technically possessed by the Phoenix Force at the time and certainly could have had some effect on his thinking. Still, he murdered his own mentor after Xavier tried to prevent him from turning into Dark Phoenix. That's not good. Number 4. So it goes 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 4, cheated on Jean Grey with Emma Frost. One of my number 1 things for being mad at him. After being married to Jean Grey for a few years, Scott began to have a psychic affair with another telepath, Emma Frost. In their tawdry sex dreams together, he even had Emma dress up as Dark Phoenix. Super awkward when Jean Grey used her powers to discover them. Womp womp. 3, tried to leave his wife and child. After his wife gave birth to her son, Cyclops still felt it was his duty to leave his family to take over control of the X-Men. He challenged Storm to a duel for leadership of the X-Men. He lost, and so he looked so upset over having to stick around with his wife and his infant son. 2, put X-23 in X-Force. The X-Men, generally speaking, are about helping people. So when a young mutant named X-23 came to help them get over her addiction to killing, you would think it would be very messed up than to put her on her own private squad designed to kill off your enemies. And yet, that's precisely what Cyclops did. Number 1, left his wife and child. Once Jean Grey turned out to be alive, Cyclops couldn't wait to fly from Alaska to New York and ditch his wife and kid. When he came back, they were gone. You have a real Father of the Year material here. You did not kill Prof X, TJ. All right, so you can read more smut about X-Men characters for 17. All right, this is definitely Nate material. He was more than a little obsessed with the Stooges. This is the Stoogeophile trivia book. It's only $7 to have his own personal object. Let's see. The 3 Stooges movie mayhem was always embellished with sound effects geared to make the violence audible as well as visual. Here are some examples of the different sound effects used to increase the dramatic content of Stooges' physical abuse. Facial slaps. Eye pokes, stomach punches, hair ripping. It says a cloth was torn to accomplish the ripping sound for this. Ear twists. Kind of crazy. So that's $7 if you want to read all of the things about the Stooges you didn't know. And also by the same person, so probably knows his stuff. This is the Stooge Chronicles. 50 years of fun with America's favorite comedy team. This one is just $5. Take your 25% off of that. Got some cool pictures in it and other information. Owned by Nate Butler. and also owned by Nate Butler, is Moe, Howard, and the Three Stooges. This is a pictorial biography of the wildest trio in the history of American entertainment. And that is $8. I think somewhere in my listings to eBay, I've got some like more rare items. Like he's got some signed stuff from them. Oh, here's a Hermes Press, or it could be Hermes Press. Hermes Press, The Phantom. This is Don Newton's complete hardcover of the series. From 1975 to 1977. And this one's a $50 book. It's really nice. You can tell it's never been opened because those two pages are still together from the press. Some fun. This is My Batman. I got you, Justin. This one is Batman, the official book of the movie. Is what you expect of a movie tie-in book. This one is $10. Take 25% off. And it has a whole bunch of really cool pictures from the film. I just like the way his like lips are always like, I'm gonna punch you in the whatnots. There you go. That is 10. I think I told you that one. This one goes to Nava. Nava's got a really good collection of the Phantom. Okay. Oh, I gotta remember. We have a discount. Okay. This is The Making of Judge Dredd, the original one with Sylvester Stallone. In the future, one man is the law. It's by Hyperion Books. And it is $16 normally. It has a bunch of color pictures and other cool information about the movie. And it looks like some thumbnail layouts of the film.
I'm the law.
You are the law.
Just play the welcome to I'm the law.
Every Sylvester Stallone line since that movie came out.
Kind of. Oh, this looks like fun. All right, this one is Mad Men, The Illustrated World by Dinah Moe. I don't think that's real. That's not a real person. Completely illustrated, candy-colored salute to the time of slim suits, prosperity cocktails, and the golden age of advertising. Official companion gives you an intimate look at Don Draper's world. Even paper dolls. This one's $15. I'll kind of show you what the interior looks like. It talks about every character it looks like, in which they make quotes. The higher the hair, the closer to God. How to do the hair. Folk songs. Oyster bar. There was even a game here. I saw that they had done like a, oh, there you go. There's a game. That might be a fun present for the holiday seasons. That's come back, Rob Schneider making fun of Sly saying it that way. Yeah. Ooh, this is a fun old book. This one is Harvey Kurtzman, The Grasshopper and the Ant. If you're not familiar with Kurtzman's work, it is really cool. This one is from Dennis Kitchen, so cool. Keeper of all old good things. This one is $25. And so they're like one page yucks. And it's a really nice hardcover. If you wanted to ever read the novelization of Psycho by Robert Bloch. Oh, this doesn't even have a price on it. Very funny. It is $15, it says on the back. Now, I think that everyone should buy a copy of this. I got 2 copies of this thing. I'm going to put this up in the front of the store because it will sell like crazy. I'm Dreaming of a Chris for Christmas, a hunky Hollywood coloring and activity book for the holidays. all the important Chris's are represented in this book, and it is 15.
All right, chat. Here we go.
Go.
Mount Rushmore of Chris's.
Yeah, let's do it.
Who are your top 4 Chris's?
I'm going to see if I can find. Oh, it's like got a bunch of like not just coloring pages, but like activity book. Look, it's Christopher Guest, Chris Daughtry, Chris Tucker, Christian Slater. Yeah, baby. Look. And a crossword. Christoph Waltz. Some good stuff in here. Chris Noth, Christopher Lloyd, Chris Messina, Chris O'Donnell, Kit Harington. That doesn't count. Chris Sarandon. He's got a key at the back.
His real name is Chris.
I guess so. This is so funny. On the first day of Christmas, my true love came to me. A date with Chris Maloney.
So mine is Christofferson. Guess. Then crisscross. The crisscross make my people want to jump.
Oh.
And then last is P Cream. That's a Krispy Kreme joke.
You see they got ornaments you can color? Anyway, that's a fun present. What else is over here? Good things. Butter flavored Crisco, regular Crisco, Christopher Floyd, Kris Kringle. Good list. Nava, Kris Kringle, Christmas season, Crystal Light, Krispy Kreme, the best.
Man, I forgot about Crystal Light. That's got to be up there too.
Mm-hmm. All right, fantastic television, a pictorial history of sci-fi, the unusual, and the fantastic, from Captain Video to the Star Trek phenomena and beyond. It's a cool old school book. This one's 15, and it has like Twilight Zone, Frankenstein, Bionic Woman, Star Trek Outer Limits, Captain Video, Addams Family, all kinds of fun stuff. Lots of pictures. Makes sense it's black and white, since most of those shows were black and white. How about this book about the making of 1941? That one's $10. It says it took director Steven Spielberg and his crew over 4 years and more than $26 million to make 1941. That's crazy. That's a lot. Normally 10. Not bad, not a lot of info. Now this one is definitely something that would be worthwhile having as a coffee table book. This one is Kirby, King of Comics by Mark Evanier. And let's see if I can. It says Jack Kirby created or co-created some of comic books with popular characters, including Captain America, X-Men, Hulk, Fantastic Four, Mighty Thor, Darkseid, New Gods, and more significantly, he created much of the visual language for fantasy and adventure comics. So this is like a good hardcover book. And it's got lots of color pictures and information in here about Kirby. And it's just $40. So like $30 with your discount, yeah? You got that one, Bates? Forrest says that book's good. All right, Tommy Tahida. This one says pencil mileage. And it is autographed on the inside. Hey, Thomas. This is one of my best buds. So this one is like their sketchbook of their work. And that one's 15. It does have a little bit of damage right there. That's the back. this is a Life magazine, but this is one of those like where it's just about one person, has all the information in it. This one's all about Superman. This one came out when? Got Cavill in it, so it can't be super old. I don't see it on there. But it's just, its cover price $13. Love The Crow. This one is City of Angels. It's the diary of the film. While not as popular as the original Crow, this one's actually, I think, really good in comparison to all the other ones that came after it that were like just all right. But it's got all its pictures. Obsess over all the details for it, and that's $16. All right, this is Batman, the official Bat Book. A complete guide to all TV episodes and Batman the movie. It's a whole $5. Whole $5 for this one, and $10 for the, like, this one looks brand new, and this one looks like it's been owned. And it's got all kinds of, ooh, it's got a poster in the middle, yeah? Oh, what's this? It's got color stuff on the inside. And there's a picture of Julia Newmar in there. This is probably something that you didn't know you needed in your life, but is the coolest. This is the official book of Micro Machines. Collector's edition, hundreds of hot miniatures in full color. So if you ever wondered what they look like to make sure you have all the pieces and parts or whatever, this one's really a great reference material. It's $23.26. Don't ask me why it got priced that way, but it did. But it's got like pictures, information. They've got it all set up and cool dioramas.
Were never priced normal. They were never like $8.99. There was like $8.7225.
Yeah, I think this was like, we probably looked it up. It's probably one of those things where I told a staff member, like, whatever the price was when we priced this plus shipping, and that's what it ended up being. Which is crazy down.
Miss Jen, how much was the Crow book?
The Crow was $16 minus, and then take 25% off.
Okay.
All right. I have also the official companion to the Guild. If you've never watched the Guild, you are robbing yourself of pure joy. It is Felicia Day's brainchild, and what's crazy cool is this costume right here is currently at the Smithsonian. I mean, you tell me you've got costume work in the Smithsonian. It's a fun story about a ragtag group of people that are all playing the same online MMO, I guess is what you call them, fantasy one, and about their lives outside of their really cool characters, which their characters are cool, and they all have like weird problems. Like this girl is basically sitting there playing in the game all day long and ignoring her children, who she just like throws cereal at them in their little playpen. That is 20. Yes, do you want to date my avatar is an awesome song. Absolutely. I'm glad somebody's been watching that stuff. That's awesome.
Due for a rewatch of the Guild.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's like, who was it that was it I think it was this character, right? That kind of lived in a shack and would cook on, he never left his chair, and he would cook on like hot plates and eat toast. I can't remember. Maybe it's been a long time. Anyway, this one is the complete illustrated movie companion of Twilight, which don't be hating on sparkle vampires. This is very romantic. And I always thought it was really cool that the vampire was the one that wanted to be chased and not do anything until they were married. Because, you know, he's been around a long time. He could do whatever. But this one is 10.
Except when you start really breaking down the age of the werewolf and the age of the vampire, and then one of them imprints on someone's kid, and it turns into like, this is really truly problematic.
It does turn very weird. When you have immortal beings and immortal beings, it works out. She gets bit and whatever. Spoiler. The new moon one is 10. The point is, it is a really cool love triangle story, which is what all YA has to be.
You know, in behind the curtain fashion, when we started talking about the EXP, the only 2 channels where we could really sort of go, these are people who have done it, were Geek and Sundry with Felicia Day and Nerdist with Hardwick. And they both had big studio budgets behind them, and I just had Miss Jen and Nick. So it's pretty great.
It's just us. Sonic, what was it originally? Sonic was 50, so it's 25% off of that. So it's much better than $28.75 or $48.75. You want me to actually do math? Here, hold on. I probably should be able to do this in my head, but I've turned my brain off for the day. I'm going to say 50.
$37.50.
Yeah, $37.50.
But he says, and Tommy.
Oh, I'm sorry. And Tommy. What was the Tommy? My brain is broken today. Oh, Tommy. That was 15. We start out at 65. And I'm sure your math is right.
That's $48.75.
Quit beating me to it. Yeah, $48.75.
I have an adding machine sitting right here because I was adding up this collection I just bought.
Oh, cool.
So it's just done.
All right, as Bill, those are both yours. Put them right there. Give you your sticker. I'm not 100% certain what I'm going to do for Saturday's show, but I think it's this other 2 boxes that came with the Spider-Man, which has a bunch of other keys in it, including, you know, I had 3 copies of Omega 3. There was 1 more copy in this part. I'm like, how in the world do you have 4 copies of first appearance of Lobo? What? All right. Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Once More with Feeling. This one's awesome. Okay, this one is 13, and it is literally the music, so you can play it, and all the information, and the actual script. The most, well, probably not the most popular, because then you have to compete with, oh, and that's a Adam Hughes cover.
Man, if I would have had that in high school, I would have gotten a lead in every musical.
You think so?
I knew that musical forwards, backwards, and upside down.
No. Asbel, you're fine. You've bought with me on other places. We already have a way to talk to each other, so we're good. You had to work with Martha's Vineyard Jail? What, TJ? You have to explain. You can't just drop that kind of information and not talk about it now. Come on.
Well, yeah, the people who go to jail in Martha's Vineyard are like super rich, and like they have to have the good wine with their dinner.
Do you like force them to have instead Trader Joe's wine?
No, like their punishment is they just get red when they're supposed to have white.
Oh no. An improper pairing?
Yep. And they serve rosé with an ice cube. Yeah, they also serve rosé with an ice cube. There you go.
No. Oh gosh. All right,
I know nothing about wine, but I know that's funny.
Someone definitely needs to get this. This is The Black Hole from 1979, the cool book that went with the movie. And it's just $6. So this is awesome. And fun fact, my oldest son is named after a character in this book. He is literally named after Maximilian, the evil red robot. Although I tell him all the time, I know that you're not an evil red robot, and that's not why I named you that, but Maximilian's an awesome name, so there you go. By Rick It is a making of the film. Making of the film, Steve. It is making for $10, and you get to take 25% off. So $7.50, you can have the making of the awesome film. This is all kinds of like interesting things about stuff. Have an average population of 5. Oh my gosh. This is Cameras in Narnia, How the Lion, Witch, and the Wardrobe Came to Life. This is when I fell in love with Tilda, because Tilda, oh my gosh, in this film. Oh, excuse me. That one comic book has now jumped off the wall like 4 times. I think it just wants to be down here. That is 15. It's like lots of cool illustrations. And for my friends that love Alien, this is the Book of Alien from the 20th Century Fox film. Lots of cool pictures. And that one's normally $15. Okay, we're going to do some old school books. Your cat's name is Aslan? Oh, Steve, I love it. That's way cool. All right, here are old school books. This is Gene Autry and the Golden Stallion. This one is missing its little spine cover, but the rest of the book is really cool. It is a whole $5. I also have Robin Hood. This is from 1955. It's the Whitman book, and that one is $10. So $7.50. That was in really great shape. I've got Outcast Law. It's a Black Cat Western series, number 45. So think kind of like pulp. That one's normally 15. Your Wardrobe's Name is Turkish Delight, but I think I missed the point of those books. You know the point of those books. Kind of sad they made it.
Yeah, but nothing will stand in the way of a good joke.
That's true. I feel like we got what, two of those movies, 3 of those movies, and then they stopped. I wish I'd keep going. Come on, Disney, you got money. Go after it again. Walt Disney's Andy Burnett on Trial, A Big Little Book from 1958 is just $8. So it makes it 6. Hugh O'Brien's TV, Wyatt Earp. This one's been read more than a few times. That one is $5. If you wonder what they look like, they're true, what they really are graphic novels. This is what the old term was like all words on one side and a full illustration on this side, but we don't call them graphic novels because we stole that term for comic books. I also have Gunsmoke, Little Golden Book, sorry, Big Little Book for the TV series, and this one is 10. Thanks, TJ. I just like said words and said all the wrong ones at the same time. This one's Stan Lee presents Marvel's Clobberin' Time, Mastermind Crosswords from 1977. It is 15. This is like a book version of Walt Disney's Song of the South for $7. I think they scrubbed this from all the history. This is a book called Bubbles. It's from 1930 something. It doesn't have the full number in here, but this one is like a really cool, looks like kind of like Dick and Jane kind of book. That one's normally 20. Gene Autry and Red Shirt, a Sandpiper book. This one is normally 13. Walt Disney's Swiss Family Robinson. Another cool Whitman book for $5. Are these anyone's jam? If they are not someone's jam, I've got something else I can pivot to underneath these if you guys are interested in such a thing. Or if you're feeling very Spider-Man, and we can do those. We got some old school kids books. This is The Puppy That Found a Home from 1948. That one's $7. You see the black hole? Yeah. That one's real close to me, right? I think I started putting things right here. So it's like, it's not perfect. It's definitely been read, but it's just $6, and then you get to take 25% off. And it's got cool pictures, and it tells the story in it. The Gunsmoke goes to TJ. Okay. Bates takes Black Hole. I'm not writing on your bookshelf. I'm writing on the sticker, just in case you're wondering. Little Black Sambo, another Whitman book, normally $15.
Are you allowed to say those words?
I don't know. It's the name of the book, so I don't know why you read it.
That's a joke. That's a
no, yes, that has also been canceled.
No, but that book is still considered a classic when they talk about works of literature from that era.
Oh yeah,
like it's a great example of how they tried to start crossing over into topics like that back in the day.
I think all books are important to teach us something about us when we made them.
Although I do have one Classics Illustrated that I can never sell because of what's on the cover, and it's in that same vein. Yeah,
you got to be careful about some of that stuff. We Love America, Simple Stories of American Living. This is from 1941. Feeling patriotic? That one is 10. It's literally called a patriotic series on the back. Three Little Pigs from 1941, normally 15.
Well, and the America book from 1941 would have been, remember, we're just prior World War II. So that would have been one of the last graphic novels probably printed for a while in terms of
maybe so.
Sort of patriotism fundraising kind of things that weren't raising money for war bonds.
Oh yeah. Oh, this is so cute. Look at this. Bunny Blue. One's from 1947. That one's normally 15. This one does have tape on it.
We've kind of hit my niche that isn't animals doing people things. Like these weird historic books are, one of my special interests.
I know you like history a lot.
Yeah, I don't care about Marvel characters, but this stuff I'll spend hours reading about.
All right, this one has been it has a from Grandma Grandpa kind of thing in the very front. This one's Rumples and Tumbles Go to the Country, a first book of nature with little bunnies, and that one's 5.
I really was worried that was going to be about somebody who took their pet bunnies to a farm.
No. Hi Cowboy from 1950 is 8. Hi Cowboy. The Calico Pup from 1939. This one's really hardboard, and it's been I think it probably had something covering this part of the spine, but that's gone. That one's $7. A Penny for Candy. That wouldn't buy anything now. 1946 for $10. Look, a mention of the word penny. We're only a generation away from people being like, a what? What's that? And another We Love America. This is a different one. 15.
What year was that? We Love America. Do you know? Do you ever noted?
Oh, golly. Oh, it is from MCMXLI.
Hold. I don't know what that means.
So,
1941.
43 is when this one was printed, I think. Edition 1943.
Yeah. So I wonder if it's the same book, just new cover.
See here.
For the new printing.
Could be. I mean, they are kind of like kids sitting around. It's 1941.
No, I'm just gonna go do the research now.
Okay, go.
Go back to your show.
I will. TJ's going to tell me what it means. Love it. TJ's always got all the information we ever need. Walt Disney's Minnie Mouse and the Antique Chair from 1948. This one's got some tape repair. It's just 10. That tape isn't the tape repair. It's on the spine right here. It looks like the kind of tape you would use when you're like putting on medical stuff. Do I remember when the $50 was in circulation? You can still use it. You can still use the $50. We get it as change every once in a while. I remember when they tried to make Sacagawea coins a thing, and I was sad that it didn't work out. Blue Book of Birds of America, illustrated in color. Hey, see? And that one is 5. I just think these are nice to like sit around your house. And the Red Book of Birds in America, and that one's 5. This one's gotten a little bit of gnawing on the bottom there. Not old. This one says, all I really need to know, I learned from the mouse. That one is $8. Let's see if I can give you any of the things you learned. Oh, no adventure is too big. And then it has like a picture of the, I don't want to crack the spine. So it has like old school mouse pictures with reference. For anyone just joining us, it's 25% off these cool books. Wyatt Earp from 1954. That's $10 usually. Nice Whitman.
All right. 5 minutes of research, less than 5 minutes of research. They are slightly different, but they're by the same publisher and they are mostly the same content.
Okay.
Both published by Rand McNally. There is also a 1942 edition in the middle. There is no 1944 edition.
Okay. How about Noah's Ark from 1943? $5. I was trying to describe I'm going back into the antique mall I was in 20 years ago, and crazy enough, the same lady runs the place. And I was trying to describe my stickers to her, because they have like ones they put on, or ones you have to buy from them to put on. I was like, can I just use mine and then just write my dealer number on them, and you just use the code and write it in there? I'll know what it is. Hey, it's Lyle. Thanks, my friend. Glad to see you. Stop by anytime and just chit chat about. We've been talking about all kinds of crazy stuff today. War Wings, Eustace Adams, Air Combat Stories for Boys from Grosset and Dunlap, and it is $10. Sorry, this is an oldie. Let's see when this one came out. It was really nice. The person that owned most of these old books put the dates and little sticker after they put them in plastic. 1937. Yeah, if you want to add who you want to be on the Mount Rushmore. A Yankee Flyer in North Africa. That's L. Avery, another Grosset. That one's normally 15. Those just have really great art on them. Rat Patrol, the Iron Monster Raid from 1968. Another Whitman book. That one's normally 10. I was so happy the other day someone came up from the very back of the store where we keep these and had a bunch of them to buy. And I was like, yay, someone that knows what they are and likes them. It was mostly the war ones. He was getting the war guys. Battle of Britain by Quentin Reynolds, illustrated with photographs. Random House, before they joined with Penguin. That is 15. See if I can find any pictures in here. There you go. Picture. Should just be putting them like this. That's a pretty part of the book too. Lefty, the 1941 is a book about it's a making of the film, and that one's normally $10, but everything's 25% off that I'm showing, and that is therefore $7.50. Mo Howard, I've got a couple of Mo Howard things. There are 3 Stooge books. There's the Mo Howard. That one's normally 8. The Stooge Chronicles by by a different author is normally 5. And Stoogeophile is normally 7. And these were all previously owned by Nate Butler, who is a person of real note, just like an actual, has worked in comic books. Those are his file copies. He was obsessed with them. You own 833 of the Whitman juvenile books. Man, Lyle, that's crazy good. Have Gun Will Travel from 1959, normally 10. You probably have all these then that I'm showing, huh? Patty Duke and the Adventure of the Chinese Junk, based on the Patty Duke Show from 1966. Normally 7. More Whitney. Lassie, Treasure Hunter. No date on this one. Normally 10.
I was talking about Lassie with my grandmother the other day.
Yeah?
Yeah, at some point, do you not just keep Timmy in the house? If every week the kid is falling into the well or getting into some kind of shenanigan, at some point do his parents not just say, no, you need to stay in the house. You are an indoor cat.
Oh, this is a really cool book. This is a Grosset and Dunlop, but this is Nice Baby by Milt Gross. So a bunch of book, but also little cartoons to go along with it. Let me see if I can read any of his stuff because he likes to write in a rear thing. It says, second floor. Did we had it a day yesterday, Mrs. Spiegelbaum? I gonna get population from the heart. First floor. What was? It's like, how do you read this stuff? That one's fun. You don't see that stuff. Colorado by Louis Bromfield, sorry. Novel about the brawling West in the days of bustles and wide open towns by Harper. That one's normally $5. All right, here's Steve's list. Chris Walken, Chris Jericho, Chris Hatfield, and Chris Rock. Very fitting for a mountain. Yep. Love it. Fury and the Lone Pine Mystery. Another good Whitman book. 10. Here's the one I had in the pictures. Tarzan of the Apes by Edward Rice Burroughs, with an official ape English dictionary. So you can learn some ape sign language, and that one is $7. And Sea Hunt, based on the well-known television series starring Lloyd Bridges from 1960. Normally 10. Does anyone have any questions about stuff that I have shown?
We should do a Mount Rushmore of bridges at some point.
A bunch of bridges? We can do a bunch of bridges.
Well, like, because you have Lloyd, you have Bo, you have Jeff, you have Brooklyn, you have Verrazano Narrows, you have...
Right.
We could do the Tacoma Narrows Bridge.
I don't know if ape sign language is still like. So hold on, let's open it up and see if it matches up here. Lost.
Todd Bridges.
I know I've had the comic books also had like at the back of it every single time an ASL or ape dictionary. Oh no, it's actual words. So Gund means chief. Dano means bone. Dak is fat. I think the ones in the books actually have pictures. That's a very interesting thing. You can actually speak ape. Tonight is probably it's going to be Torchy's night. Sometimes my husband surprises me and let's go somewhere else. Over the River Kwai. Yeah.
I'm doing the Mount Rushmore of bridges now.
Yes, you are. All right. Anybody? I can show you. I'm going to give you guys a teaser for something. I might sell some of them just because I feel like it. We got just a couple minutes. Okay. I managed to buy a long box and a short box of what were exclusives to Comic-Con, well, either Comic-Con or New York Comic-Con. DC used to have a booth that was run by this company called Graffiti, which was their kind of like merch arm. It was mostly t-shirts, and then they also had these poly-bagged foils. They started poly-bagging them later. At the beginning, they just had like foil covers, which like you could touch them. It was really impossible to get them home without having any kind of like, you know, like oil residue, even if the book was perfect. So like, I don't know. I haven't got to look these up yet, but they are poly-bagged goodies. Let's just say $10. How's that? This is Doom Patrol number 5. Remember, they would just like do whatever ones were going during the show. Sure, Al, that's awesome. What else is in here? Polybagged Dark Knight 3 DK3 Master Race. This is a nice Frank Miller cover for number 9. Oh my goodness gracious. I got the bad hiccups. Here's one that didn't get polybagged. This one is book 5, but look at that cover. That's gorgeous. I don't think they polybagged that one. Oh, that one's got a little chaos happening. Oh, wow. Event Leviathan number 2. That is a Fabok cover. And that's all their foil. The Flash number 50 with a cover that looks like the TV show. Oversized coffee table books. I always remember them having like really cool stuff at the shows, but also the line was really long and they wouldn't let you go stand in the line. Like you had to, they'd be like, okay, you can't hang around to get into the line. You just have to be able to join the line when we say you can jump in, because they won't let you like gum up the aisles. This one's Flash number 55, also a CW cover. Well, I don't, the person that I had the pulp from came and picked it all up. And then immediately the next day, someone came to try to buy some. So it was interesting. I think the guy sold them to me or dropped them off, sorry, for consignment when he was in kind of like a tight spot. And then he got out of his tight spot and then was like interested in having them back. So that was fine. So I don't have any pulp anymore. Justice League number 9. That's a Jim Lee cover.
With the exception of Bendis, obviously, and Alex Maleev, who was the penciler inside the book, everyone else who worked on Event Leviathan number 2 now works for Ghost Machine.
Really?
Yup. It's basically Fabak and Cotton.
Oh, yeah. All right. I think I've gone through everything that I can fit in the show. So you guys just got like a sneak peek of those things. Kyle's going to come on instead of Geek Chat. So we got a little bit of time in between.
It'd be me and Blake's Buzz.
That would be Blake's Buzz. And then are Mog and Mill on tonight?
They are.
Who they got?
They have, and I should know this because I was literally just looking at it, but I'm a bad person whose memory is no good anymore.
Hey, welcome to the...
They have Alan Silverwood, and joining him will be Tristan Thompson, who is a fantastic new artist who's pretty much an unknown, but is coming onto the scene very strong, doing like collar work, or like doing work of like, you know, vampy and drawn collars. So,
hey Kyle, will you look in the comments before we turn off? It was the Sonic. It was Sonic and Tommy.
Sonic and Tommy, yes.
Okay, good. Because I like picked this up and I was like, oh wait, maybe it was Kirby. If I'm not
nope, vivid memory of doing the math on Sonic and Tommy.
Okay, cool. Did I ever have Graffiti Designs The Crow collector's edition with CD? No, I've never ever seen that, Steve. That sounds awesome.
Ironically, Steve, I was just texting a customer of mine about Miss Jen's The Crow book that she just had on there. And the only person I've ever seen have one is the customer I was texting about her book.
Oh, wow.
He has basically everything, The Crow.
Impressive.
Yeah. Oh, he's become very good friends with Jim O'Barr. And so he like even has like the CDs that James O'Barr drew the cover art for. So it's one of those, but
jealous a little bit.
Mm-hmm. So my show tonight will be Marvel and DC. Most of the books will be $2, but we have some fun keys that will be prices marked. And it'll be me and Blake hanging out. Blake's never done one of these before, so we're going to break him in.
Blake will do fine.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much. If you are watching this in review and you want to send me a list afterwards, that's totally fine. Just use the email you've used before, the one you get your invoices from me, or send me direct messages. That works either way. I'm going to leave all this stuff here so that I can find it easily if you could send me a list. And I'll see you guys next on Saturday. Hopefully it'll be like a crazy busy day at the store, and I'll just jump in and we'll have look at these new collections I just got. All right, everybody. We'll see you later.